Yes, we're back with another power video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Tariq versus Braden and how I think this will be the main premise for the new season 3 of Power Book 2 Ghost. Now, let's just jump right into it. We're also going to be talking about his relationships with everyone else, but for the first half, we'll talk about him and Braden. I want to dive into him and Diana, him and Effie. So, like I said, let's jump right into it. We've seen Tariq say multiple times in many different seasons, different parts of the show, where people the closest to him always get hurt and he always loses the people closest to him. Happened with Kane, where he had to kill Kanan, he had to kill him. Happened with Sean got killed off by Kanan, of course. Happened with his dad, he had to take his own dad out. He lost his mom had to go in witness protection. He couldn't protect his sister, she had to leave and go be with his mom. So over and over again, he has lost the people he was the closest to. So I think focusing on his relationships will be the main premise of season 3 as a totality. Now, the new trailer we got about 2-3 weeks ago, I already made a few videos on it, but I haven't made a video how the whole premise or the main message I got from the trailer was the split between Tariq and Braden. All throughout the trailer, we see clips of them not being a team as they used to be. First thing we hear is Braden saying, "Tariq, we ruin people's lives."
I don't know who I can trust.
Are you ready? We ruin people's lives, Reek.
This lets me know alone that Braden, I feel like I gave this in one of my prediction videos of how Power Season 3 could be. I said Braden probably wouldn't be wanting to fuck with the drug shit at school no more. Probably won't keep his distance from Tariq because of the whole Lawrence situation. And I just think this was a conversation from that part. He specifically said to Tariq, "We ruin people's lives." Another clip, and probably the most important thing we seen in the trailer, was a clip of Tariq punching Braden. And I think this will be when he finds out that Braden and Effie had something to do with Lawrence, that it wasn't just a car accident. I think once Reek finds this out, nothing will ever be the same, because he trusted Braden to send Lauren, get her away, make sure she was safe, and Braden did the exact opposite. So this will completely ruin their relationship for the time being, and I think it will push Braden even closer to Kane, because you saw Braden, Tariq told him stay away from Kane a long time ago, but Kane and Braden have been getting closer. They hit a lick together in season 2. So I think this gonna push Braden to probably maybe getting back into the street side of things with Kane and doing things with Kane more in season 3. I do think their relationship this season will be more of like a roller coaster. I think it will start a little shaky, like with Braden not wanting to be dealing with any of the drugs or the game or anything like that. He wants to stay far from it. I think once Tariq finds out, like I said, it will be split, won't be teammates, won't be friends, nothing anymore. And I think things will change, because there's a third clip in here where it shows both Tariq and Braden being held at gunpoint, and they're together this time. So by this video or this part of the trailer right here, I think something will happen or something will come up where they're forced, or they just have to trust each other, have to work together to either take someone out, to make some money, to get something done. They will be eventually need each other once again by the end of season 3. And I feel like this creates a good parallel with Ghost and Tommy, with Tariq and Braden right here, because we've seen seasons 1 through 6 of the original Power that Tommy and Ghost weren't really never on the same page. There was their ups and downs. They did so much fucked up shit to each other, but they always had each other back in the end. How many times have they pulled out a gun on each other? How many times have either one tried to kill the other, but in the end, they just couldn't do it. They were boys at the end of the day. And I believe that at the end of the day, Tariq will have no choice but to believe and come with the terms that Lauren's death is ultimately his fault. He let her get too close. He knows what comes with the game. And I had a subscriber comment in my last video saying the part of the trailer with Tariq with the knife in his hand with blood on his hands is a hallucination, and it might be a metaphor for saying that Lauren's blood is on his hands. So I think he would have to come with terms with that, and him and Braden will be boys again. Now, as to where they both will stand with Effie, I'm pretty sure she would be out on her own this whole season. I don't see Tariq forgiving her in no way, shape, or form. He told her at the end of season 2 that she was the only person he could trust, and she's proven him wrong at this point. So I think him and Braden's relationship in this season will definitely be like a roller coaster. But where they stand with Effie, they're definitely on the outs with her. We can hear Tariq at the very beginning in the trailer saying, I don't know who to trust at all.
I don't know who I can trust.
Are you ready?
Even after saying at the end of the last season, Effie is the only person he could trust. So this lets me know he will find out this information about what happened with Lauren and Braden. Now, this will be the second time Tariq got burned by Effie. The first time was when it was at Cho and she ratted him out for selling and he got kicked out. So that was the first time. And when she came back to help them sell at Stansfield, he kept her at arm's length just to get the job done. Even though she wanted to fuck with him, he kept her at arm's length. He already didn't trust her. And now she just started gaining his trust back. He even said it before. He said at the end of season 2 that she's the only person he could trust, and this will completely throw that out the window. I think him and Effie will never be the same again once he finds out what happened, and this will forever be a rivalry as long as both characters are on the show. This will also create an interesting dynamic with Tariq and Diana, because we could also see in the trailer Diana sleeping with someone for the first time. It is obviously not Tariq, but if he's not fucking with Effie no more, or Lauren's gone, I want to see the dynamic between Tariq and Diana going into season 3, because that's also going to be interesting to watch as well. Now, I already mentioned him and Diana, how Diana seemingly is having a relationship with someone else in season 3, but I think her and Reek will always be tied to one another. I can't recall, but I believe he the one who took her virginity and she's not going to lose it in this season. I can't really remember, but also he's always dealing with the Tejada family, whether it's Kane, whether it's Lorenzo, whether it's Monet, whether it's any of them, whether it's Drew. So he will always has ties to Diana, and I think their relationship will last the furthest in the long run. And I think that will be the person Tariq probably most likely gets pregnant. Now, I made this prediction long ago at the first season of Power Book 2 Ghost, when he was fucking with Lauren, Effie, and Diana. And I always said Diana would be the one to get pregnant by him because he has the most dealings with her and the most ties with her family, so it creates the most stories in the long run. So I think him and Diana will eventually get back on the same page in the long term. But as for this season, I think Diana, they'll be focusing on her independence from her family and less about her relationship with Tariq and her relationships with everybody else. Her motives will be more of independence and separation from her own family. So I don't think their relationship would necessarily change this season as much as Tariq with Braden or Tariq with Effie. So I don't think him and Diana would have much friction, I guess. But that's really all for this video. I just want to make a video of Tariq versus everyone closer to him, his closest relationship, and how I think they will end up in season 3. I think him and Braden's will be sour, but they'll eventually know they have to work together to get something done. Him and Effie, I think that's completely trash, ruined. The second time she's burned him, I think he's done with her for sure. And I think they would separate him and Diana for right now, but eventually in the long run, they'll bring that full circle and come back around. So this was my Tariq versus everyone video talking about his relationships. Like I said, he always loses everyone closest to him. So we know there's going to be some type of fallout with the people closest to him in season 3. We're just waiting to see how that plays out. But this might be my last Power video until the actual season drop, as I've pretty much watched the trailer so many times. I've been watching their podcast waiting for it, but I pretty much have nothing else to say. But that's it for this video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.